How are you?
Everything's good. I'm pressing record now. So, how are you doing, man?
Very good, very good. Good to see
Okay.
you, man.
Yeah, good to see you too, man. Yeah, man. I want to definitely touch bases with you, man. And just chit chat with you a little bit about.
Because I don't hear you that well, actually.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see what's going on with my sound. Let me see if I can adjust the sound a little better. See what I got. Da, 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 da. Okay. How about now? You good?
No, and I'm on my computer, so I'm supposed to have a good sound.
Yeah, I'm on my computer too as well. It's not the best sound, but my mic is going all the way to the top. So,
Yes.
uh,
Sometimes it's happened with Zoom. You know what? Let's just go out of the meeting right now.
hold on.
Put your
Let me
sound
raise the
like
volume.
on
Hold on.
mute.
Let me raise the speaker. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Uh, so let me see also.
A little bit
Let me
better.
see also. Paramètres intégrés. Oh, try.
Hello, hello. Mic check. Mic check.
It was from my side.
Your side, I
Yes.
hear fine.
Yeah. Okay, cool. It's better now.
All right. Cool, cool. So, man, good to link up with you, man. This is for me. This is a learning experience too. So I'm more interested in your origins and like you're from France, correct?
Exactly, yes. I was born in Paris.
Okay. Well, for those who don't know, because
Yes,
we're just getting
from
started, and a
my
lot of people
parents
don't
are
know who
from the
you.
West Indies. Hmm?
For those, some people may not know who you are, so let's give a brief introduction. What's your name again?
Okay, my name is Ricky Soul.
Cool.
Okay. My name is
AKA C3PO.
AKA the C3PO. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so oh yes, as I told you, I was born in Paris, but I'm like from the West Indies. My
Mhm.
parents are from the West Indies, Guadeloupe.
Okay.
So and
And you go ahead.
I've been like in the scene since like more than 20 years now.
Okay. And how did you get into house dance? I know you probably did a little hip hop dance too. I got a feeling you have, but how did you get in hip hop? I mean, into house dance?
Um, I did into musically or dance wise, you mean?
Yeah.
Uh, let's start with the music, okay?
Okay.
Um, during the 90s in Europe, we had that whole area called the Euro dance area, about like the electronic dance music from, let's call like commercial dance music from Belgium,
Mm-hmm.
from Poland, you know.
Okay.
And inside inside all those music was coming out at, at that time. You had some good house music, like was like who had some success, like Crystal Waters, like Robin S, all the stuff like that. And this is what actually, you know. But me, I was really young, so I did not really realize exactly that it was house music. For me, it was just dance music, as no more general stuff. I was in the hip hop culture already, and about the dance, I really discovered it after I started dancing hip hop. You know, as you figure out, it was through and was dancing with me in my first crew called Erwan, and he showed me one step on house music, and I fall in love right away with this dance. And then he showed me one videotape that he had through a dancer from the older generation called Regis Truchy, and also tape from it was the tape that he had from Tamaki Toriabe, first generation of house. And when I saw this video, it was a Japanese
Yeah.
VHS with Japanese dancer and American dancer. I got crazy, and that's
Yeah,
how.
yeah. Yeah, okay. It was me and Mike Euphoria was just talking. We said for anybody over here in Europe who really needs to get a grasp on the house dance culture should go to France first, and then from France go to Japan, and then from Japan go to America, and they can get a pretty well-rounded uh, idea of what this house dance is about, and a good study on it. So it's good that you mentioned some Japanese, that you got your first viewing of house dance through the Japanese dancers, which is just super dope, man. Just to hear it, how it comes
Yeah,
around in the circle.
yeah, because the house dance, I'm not talking about the whole house culture. Dance, okay? Dance is a part of the house dance culture. So about the dance, it came before in Japan. The dance, the house dance, what they call house dance, it came before in Japan. Japanese, they learn about this before France, before
Okay.
Europe.
Okay.
When I say learn about this, is like in a really know exactly what it is. Already have the whole clubbing culture by our own, and we already have people who are interested in those this way to dance, the first generation.
Right.
Okay, but about the whole like really precise information about what is it, it was before in Japan. Yes,
Okay. Okay. Good. See,
but
that's good information.
the main difference between France and Japan is that sociological Paris is quite the same. Paris, France, quite the same as New York and
Yeah.
New Jersey
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
Chicago. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we
The.
have the clubbing culture and the communities.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we so so we already had, as I said, clubs and a strong musical culture.
Yeah. French definitely. French dancers remind me of American dancers a lot. It's the the bravado, the cockiness, and the smoothness of the dance. So they really do remind me of American style of dance a lot. So this is one thing. You're right that America and France has in common. I think the UK too, but they don't get. There's not such a big house dance community. I know there is some house dancers out of UK, but they're really gravitated now. They're like America now. They're really kind of focused on hip hop, so and drill music that they're doing. So their own style, but definitely French dancers are definitely right up there with American dancers.
The thing, the thing, with the thing with the UK is that they always the strongness of the UK is that they always succeed to have own like musical culture. When
Yeah.
I talk about like I don't know, like yes, Afro-descendant culture, musically own, no, their own way to do the music, own way to do many stuff. For example, the two-step, for example, the grime, for example, the broken beat. So
Hmm.
that's why some of the, I would say, Afro-American dance style were developed a little bit later in UK.
Yeah. Yeah.
Despite the fact that they speak English, this music that they have all the clubs, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the reason.
Yeah. Um, how do you feel about the battles as of today? How they're going and everything like that? and this is we're not going to talk about like this particular time now because we're dealing with like Corona and stuff like that. But we're talking prior, within 2019, from 2010 to 2019, the battle culture is really skyrocketed on the menu for a lot of people, even for people who used to dance. They no longer dance now, but they can catch it on YouTube, catch a battle and everything. But how do you feel about the battles and stuff like that?
Wow, how do I feel about the battle? Uh,
And the impact on the culture itself, on the dance culture itself now, because this is the new generation's way of expressing themselves in the house.
um, there's there's several things. If I speak only about now, it won't be that like relevant. I think there's too much battle. There's too many. Um, but it's just because of how everything's work right now about the internet, about
Hmm.
the possibilities to organize a battle because of the
Hmm.
thing that it potentially mess around the dance and to, to try to express ourselves and make a living of it. It's supposed to be the thing, but yes, there's a little bit too many battles. That's why so many people in the community are like trying to make people remember that this dance is from the club and that you have to know the culture and that you have to be enough to have a good club scene in your country. That you have to try to go to the club, be know more about the history and the music. So of course it has an impact because when you practice your dance to do a battle or to be like yes to do battle, you don't see your dance the same
Yeah,
way. You don't is not exactly the same. But this impact is not that recent. This impact of the battle is it's more than 10 years. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So, and to be, I think that now, of course, there's many battle. Of course, there's an impact of that on the dance, but we still at a better time than maybe 10 years
Yeah,
ago. For me, 10 years ago was maybe one of the worst eras uh, because many people and younger dancers were really focused only on the battle, especially in the country where there is no club scene.
right.
And now, since a few years, there's more effort, like yes, more like things are being saying about the culture a little bit more. So I don't know if it's better, but it's on the
Yeah,
way to
yeah,
be a bit better.
yeah. I mean, do you think that these are the things that something needs to be? Okay, what would your recommendation be as of right now? Since we know we have the as a community, we know we have the dancers, we know we have the views, we know we have the eyes. What can we do as a community as a whole to bring more to the culture outside of the battles? What could we do? What could we implement? What do you think?
The same as many people, what is it from my generation and especially before my generation did, which is on always speaking about where it's from, all important to have or to try to develop a scene, culture, culturally, I mean. Um, the problem is that it's been like 3 times that I said it. Maybe in some country there's no club scene, you know.
Right.
So the best way for the people in this kind of country is to try to build a community around this culture, to build their own history.
Yeah.
If you have, if there's not that much club, uh, organize things around the culture. Uh, People talk about jam or something.
Yeah.
It won't
Yeah.
be the same. It won't be the clubbing. It won't be exactly the same, but as, it will develop. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, for example, if you have some clubs, but maybe with music, maybe try to organize some party in these clubs. You know, I mean, it's not easy. It takes a long time, but
Yeah.
the only advice that we can give is this, because whatever we can do, we know that there's going to be battle in this country. We know
Mm-hmm.
that there's going to be this kind of event.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, some people now they more and more try to organize party after this kind of event.
Right.
Of what it is. As I said, it won't be the same because the spirit when of this kind of club or party after event is not the same as when you just go to the club
Right.
after
Right.
day. You know what I mean? Uh,
Exactly.
when it will never be the same. I'm sorry,
Yeah. I got to
but
give
it,
props. Yeah. I got to give a shout out to Joe over here, Easy Joe in Frankfurt, Germany, because he puts on a fresh fruit movement party, and those are pretty good right there, where it's not so geared towards the battle, but he gets a lot of the dancers involved, as well as people who are normally not at the battles, and that's so important. And I think something like that needs kind of probably need to take root in a lot of different places. But yeah, we do have some leading pioneers over here now in Frankfurt, Germany, that are doing that, because that's where I'm at now in Frankfurt, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing because it's not like the stateside where we go to the parties. It's not so much of a no one's going really. Not to say no one's going to a battle, it's just not as many people are in America looking forward to going to a battle as much as they're looking forward to going to a club. So this is totally different. So the battles are like something I guess someone in the States could sit back and watch on YouTube or something like that.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. Are
In,
there
in
any
Paris,
good?
in,
Are
in
there
Paris,
any places?
in
Hmm?
Paris, we tried to maintain the balance uh, between like the club side, sorry, side. It's not easy, but this is what people in the community try to maintain, you know,
Yeah,
because
but Justy Debut, Justy Debut last year had kind of like no such component added on to their. I went there. It was like going to a coliseum or going to an arena because that was my first time attending the Justy Debut, and it was just like going to a coliseum or ring and watching matches. Uh, there was not so much, or either I missed it. There was not so much of a party element, or no one to direct us. Well, this is where you need to go to have some fun too while you're there in Paris. Because we went there and we were asking all around, where should we go? Where could we go? We
I have
wasn't.
the Juste
Yeah.
Debout week is a special week. Huh? It doesn't reflect what's happened and the way we live the dance in Paris during
Yeah.
the rest of the year.
Okay. Okay.
What I can say is that maybe there is a little bit less party that when I started. Maybe there's less party than 15 years ago. A little bit less club, but it's the same in New York. Also, there's less club than
Yeah.
20 years ago. In London, there is less club that years ago. So it's just a common like thing that happening right now. But no, it's the Juste Debout week is a great thing for the worldwide community to get together, but it's in a club wise and reflect because we have parties and we go to the club, uh, all the year. And
Yeah. So there are some good parties going on in Paris that you could probably say, yeah, if someone was to come visit Paris, there's some places that they can probably go and party. Then is what you're saying. Like I'm a dancer and I'm looking for, just a place to club and just have some fun. So you're saying there's a little bit more
okay,
nowadays.
so to respond that like the more like clear, before you had some really regular parties
Mm-hmm.
with resident DJs, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
You know that DJ was playing in that club every week with that the party, with the name of the party and etc. So now is the way is a little bit, it's not no more like that. We know that we have the June Club where there's a little bit more parties with what called deep house.
mm-hmm.
Um, we can have like parties with great DJ, uh, great music. Um, but what you have to do compared to the past is that you have to look out about what DJ is playing in which club. You know what? You know the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, yeah. We had to do the same thing too in New York, in Jersey back in the day. We looked for the resident DJs that played the music that we liked, and where they were going to be at is usually where we showed up at. So,
Yeah, yeah, less like regular party than before. Uh, we also have these parties like created by dancers, by like people for the community. The best one is the atmosphere party.
atmosphere party. Okay, so that's something I need to write down. So, atmosphere party. So, if I'm happen to come, that's something I need to check out then. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Tijo Aimé, Didier, who created the party. This is his, and he was like invited a lot of like great DJs and producer.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't want to say like maybe start in 2003 and four. I don't want to do mistake on this, but it was around that. Uh, so for me, it is the best music, best vibe. I grew up. I literally grew up like musically speaking in that party.
Mm-hmm.
As you, we had like the dance culture, but it was more like a Sunday afternoon party in the June for years. We had that. Uh, we and then you have like generation after Tijo Aimé, uh, from the tap water. They made their own thing.
Right.
The party with yes Theo, Mabiche, uh, and of course, like when I really speak about before, we had like clubs like La Coupole, Rex Club.
Mm-hmm.
Rex Club is still there, okay? Big club, really legendary club, Rex Club. They had like parties in the famous Respect party in the Queen, but now I'm speaking about the past. You know?
Right.
But
Okay.
now,
Understand.
no.
So you had some. Um, can I ask you who were some of your inspirations in dance? So who are some of the people that really inspired you, whether they're around today or in the past?
Wow, so many people. But if I have to say about like house, um, my main inspiration first was um, okay. The first one was I saw in the video. I saw Brian
Brian
Green.
Green.
I
Okay.
saw Ijo. I saw Marjorie in videos. I saw people from Japan. I saw Pinocchio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but what I was considering for like really big inspiration first, I think Brian. My main inspiration when I discover uh, yes, which way Shannon Mabra.
Shannon. Yeah.
Yes, and but of course I was inspired by people I was following a lot, even if I don't really know them at that time. I was following them when they were dancing, when they were doing some shows, Didier and Rabat, because we're not exactly the same generation. They're older, uh, and when I discovered like Joey Anderson.
Yeah, that's my one of my low kids. Yeah, I'm part of his crew.
Yeah,
We're the same
Joey
crew.
Anderson and Q. Uh, the inspiration about them was not the movement, you know. It
Yeah.
was like the flow, the feeling, what I feel when I watched Q and Joey Anderson dance first time. My main inspiration also all my big brothers, like my mentor Carl Ken Wong. So many. Also some inspiration from people my age, the one I was dancing with, Clara,
Mm-hmm.
Sandrine Sainte Croix, my man Erwan, Marion, enfin, I mean, so many. But of course, I think, yes, she discovered that the Shannon, something happened in my mind, in my dance.
Yeah, yeah. Great dancers you name. A lot of some other ones I'm gonna go back and listen to. I gotta catch some of the names too and
Yeah,
do a little research on them. But this is the reason why I'm having this talk with you too, because I'm a student of the game. You know, I don't know how old you are, but I've been around. Joey Anderson was my roommate. He's part of Low Kids, my crew, and it's for me. I'm always learning too. So this is always a. That's why I wanted to speak with you. So it's always a good
yeah,
opportunity for me to learn something new too as well with the culture. And your dance style is definitely unique, man. It's different. It's not the same as everybody else's, and I kind of commend you on that one. You have your own style. I could see that, and you did incorporate the atomic jack, in a lot of your movements too, which is still super dope, man. And you're free, and you're kind of free with it, and that's something I like about your style, man. So you have a free spirit on the dance, and nicely controlled, but free. You know what I mean? So that's the best way I can describe it. It's you're definitely a wonder, man. And that's why I respect a lot of the French dancers and how you guys get down out there. I don't know, it's something in the water that got you guys on some shit.
yeah. No,
And-
first, thank you, man. For real, it's this is a culture that we share,
yeah,
and it would be a lie to say that we don't appreciate to be recognized, or we don't appreciate when someone is telling us that he liked what we do or that he understands what we do. So it would be a lie. So thank you for what you said.
and no
It's a
problem. It's
pleasure.
from the heart, man. For real, it's really from the heart, man.
Uh, and about it's mostly, as I said, culturally, sociologically speaking.
Yeah,
Um, the fact that you have all the communities, Afro-descendant culture here also, the long time club culture here also.
yeah,
Uh, for example, I can tell you as a West Indian, what I have in common with the Afro-American culture, as a slave. I can tell you about the way that the music
yeah.
that we have in the West Indies, and the way we live around the music, as it's the same as the clubbing culture, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And that's the important link right there itself. If you already have a lot of West Indies people in France, we pretty much are sharing the same, almost the same experience. Because if you went to reggae clubs, and if you know, if you know the history of hip hop, you know what I mean. If you know that dance culture, hip hop, then you know it is. Unfortunately, some places in Europe didn't get a chance to have that experience, such as
yeah,
UK and France with the migration and the slave trade and stuff like that,
exactly,
and the colonization. It's just a homogeny of music and dance and talent that just
exactly. That
goes
yes,
on and on and on.
that's why the Afro-American culture and music speak to us, and that many countries or many let's try to be even more precise. Uh, some communities, when we took the musical culture, we also were interested about everything in that culture. So the dance also,
Yeah.
because uh, even in France, many people they took the house culture without the dance.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a
It's like
conversation about that too. Germany's like that. Germany took the house culture,
so.
but they didn't take the dance. They took the music, but not the dance.
So,
So
it's like you take something and there's a whole party that you don't know that you forget and because of this you don't understand the whole culture. The funny thing is that this is underground dance
yeah,
music.
so
So
much.
where's the
It's
dance?
yeah, it's gone commercial now, so
You
it's
know?
but you I know what you mean, man. I know exactly what you mean. Man, definitely. And so far as house battles and stuff like that, how long have you actually been? When was your first battle that you actually went to? You know, to go back to that, but it's very important because you know you got a lot of dancers out there today, and they are focused on the battle, so they want to kind of know, you know, when did you say,
So,
okay, I'm going to go ahead and go and
what,
enter a battle?
so you do the battle in the kind of what we know as battle now, which are actually more contest and event,
Contest.
or
Okay.
yeah, okay, because the real battle in the life, in the club or in the street, it was before. This is not
Absolutely.
the same.
Absolutely.
This is not the same.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But the battle we are talking about, which is
Yeah.
more like contest with
Contest.
people.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, because we do kind of gotta like separate that battle between contests and I think I had that problem too when everyone was saying, yeah, it's a battle, it's a battle. I was like, I don't want to go to and I knew it was a contest, but I didn't want to go into that format because I'm so used to the old format of the battle is in the club. You rock that night, and if you did good that night, you won without a judge. You know what I mean? The other crew
Yes,
just said,
yes,
they
exactly.
wrecked shop.
The,
I'm
the,
coming back
the
next time.
battle,
Yeah.
yes, battle is the
It may never end.
sometimes the real purpose. Sometimes it's because you have things with somebody you have to
Yeah.
to set out. Sometimes it's not even scheduled.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. No
happened.
schedule. It may
Yes,
go on and on and on. It could be night after night.
yes. So but yes, what of course this all this contest and event we call
Yeah.
that battle because it's the word
Yeah.
battle is a
Yeah.
part of the coup. But yes, the first one I did as an event is the Juste Debout 2002, which was the first Juste Debout.
Okay. Wow. So that's history for those out there who wasn't even around in 2002. So that's deep. So 2002 was your first. You entered the first contest in 2002. And who was some of the people out there? Was there a lot of people there at the time that they started? Wasn't that many people there?
Alors, so Bruce organized the first Juste Debout in 2002. Uh, us people from the house scene, uh, many of us, we really think before we enter because it was not like so we were not used to that. It was not like natural, and also the house dance community in Paris was really small. Whole dance and hip hop community, the house dance
Yeah.
was a really really small part. Okay, so even Bruce he had to ask us. He said, "Hey man, do you want to go to enter to the event? Do you want to enter to the house part because there's not that much people, you know?"
Yeah.
So for example, I enter with my bro from my first crew, Septième Sens. So his name
Hmm.
is one people of my crew that did not enter. They just stay in the audience. They just enjoy. You had, yes, not that much people. Didier and Rabat, the hunter, Didier and Rabat from Ikanji Mission
Yeah, I know
Impossible at
Robert.
the first generation, the hunter, but also the hunter to support. No, because Bruce asked them to enter because, as I repeat, the house dance community, and not that much people were really like in the mood to enter this kind of battle. That time, Zoher enter, so Zoher, which is older than me in the house, and he's also one of the first guy who showed me proper house dance step. So I have to like make a big shout out to my man. This guy he also take a lot of younger people and bring them to the club. You know, he brought them to the club. So I have to make a shout out to Zoer, really
Okay.
important in the house dancing story. Um, so yes, Sandra, Hunter, who entered in the first house in Just Debout 2002. I'm scared to forget people, but
No,
Steve
no.
was there.
Mm-hmm.
Vesti is from France, but he's living in Holland since a long time right now. Bruno, Hunter. So some people.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, man. See, that's some history right there, man. 2002, first time,
Yes,
Justy debut. Uh, Bruce is pretty much asking people, "Hey, come on to the battle, represent the house
yeah.
selection."
Yes,
That's dope, man.
about the house, and it was in a small gymnasium, maybe
Right.
50, 200 people. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it was. I will try to send you some footage.
Oh, please do, man. Please do. I think I seen a little bit of it, but please, man, send me something that I can really grab onto. I can take a
Yes.
look, man, because I'm always
And
curious and I'm always like I said, I have a thirst for knowledge too. I might have been doing this dance for a very long time, but I still have a very sincere quest for knowledge, to know other perspectives, not just my own, and to see what other people were doing too, around the world too, especially, and it's important. So that's why I wanted to definitely take the time and talk to you about a few things.
if you see some footage of the Juste Debout 2002,
Yeah,
you will see many people who enter in the house
yeah,
also enter in the hip hop
yeah, yeah.
because many people from the first and second dancers in the France, they're from the hip hop culture.
Right.
So
Well,
most of them were already like do hip hop freestyle.
right. And I think it's a misconception for dancers out there, for anybody that just happens to check this talk that we're doing, because I'm going to share it with some people. Even if we get like 10 and 20 people to listen to this, so they have information. Um, so from they got to understand from even from my background, I would some people may consider a house dancer. Uh, it's because of the music it choose, but I love hip hop. So, and this is the thing what a lot of people don't know, that a lot of the dancers, Khalif, Ejo, and all them, they know hip. They're very skilled with a lot of different dances, not just house. Maybe Khalif said, "Well, okay, I love the music. It inspires me the most. This is going to be my top music I'm going to listen to. It's going to be house." Or maybe Link said, it's not that Link can't dance house, but it's like, okay, I love hip hop a lot, so I'm going to go hip hop direction. And you got to also remember we had reggae too. So we a lot of these dancers are skilled with all the format, which is the house dance, the hip hop dance, and reggae. So just because one is
Yeah,
doing one particular style, because I know when we went to the clubs, we got to be able to you have to be able to transition from hip hop to house to reggae. And so this is a lot something people don't know about a lot of the dancers, that
like
it's not just one way all the time.
once again we speak sociologically. If you if
Yeah.
you think about it. Once again, the same. We used to go to clubs like hip hop clubs where you hear hip hop, where you hear uh, dance hall, when you hear reggae, where you hear soul music, uh, and then we used to go to house club. And of course we had all this culture in our own family, you know.
Hmm.
So that's why it was like natural to dance on all this kind of music, to know a bit of all the way to dance in all this kind of music. It was natural. It was not seen that much as and then I'm gonna do this style. We were aware that it's different, but it's natural. You go to you hear raga, you know, so you dance raga. You hear
Exactly.
zouk West
Exactly.
Indian music, so you dance. You go, you invite a girl, you dance zouk, you know, all natural thing. So of course, as everything when the dance became a little bit more popular, it comes in start you know, class are have been created, studios, the dance and the music come
Yeah.
in the studios, become more popular, and then become more a thing like really, you
Segmented.
know,
Like I'm like,
yes,
yeah, yeah. It would probably surprise people if I ever entered into a reggae contest. That would shock somebody. It's like, man, what are you doing? You know, it might shock somebody if you entered into a hip hop contest. Like, hey, I thought you was a house dancer, or a hip hop dancer entering into a house. It's not that much of a.
it's like
Yeah, it's different, but you shouldn't be limited yourself. But I think today, a lot of the young people and a lot of the young dancers now today are got a pretty good grasp of a lot of different styles now,
that
and I don't think that's
what I
a
was about
problem
to
with
say.
them too transitioning.
You know that there's something that came back now, I think worldwide, is that the social the yes the social dance part, you
Yeah,
know. It I don't know, a few years now, because it kind of a little bit disappear, and now you have so many new social dances. So this part is came back stronger. So many young people, they know a lot of dance, even if just one step of the dance,
yeah.
the social
Yeah,
part
they
of the
did.
dance came
That's
back
just part of
stronger.
the, yeah, it's part of the culture. I mean, I don't know what everybody's preference is. It's I mean, I went to the club to dance with some girls, and every now and then catch a couple of battles with some of the guys putting us down to get. But a lot of times it's like, yo, I'm there. I would say like 75% of the time I'm there to socialize with the ladies and dance with the ladies.
Yeah.
35% of the time I'm there to maybe catch a battle or two, or just show I'm able to break away into a cipher and show some skills. And social dance is very important. So whether it's this is so important. Social, we mean connect with another person. This means more than one. You're dancing together with more than one person. It's not like we're in a cipher in a battle. I mean, you choose your partner and you have some fun on the floor, and that's
Yes, and you know the funny thing is that uh, dancing with a person, this is maybe one of the moments where you are the most in the freestyle.
free. Exactly.
You are the most free, and this is one of the moments where you get like feed so much by many things you dancing with. You get feed by the music, by the ambience, by so many things at the same time, and this is yes one of the moments where you really freestyling actually when you're dancing with somebody.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you have to let yourself go a little bit in order to feed off each other's energy. Um, what have you traveled to America? Have you been to America yet? Have you been able stateside? Where you
First time I went to America was in 2001.
okay? Where did you go?
So yeah, with my with people from my first crew, I went with
Okay.
Clara, and Erwan. Of course, my twin brother was there with us. He came with us. um, and with some friends. You know, it was in 2001. The only reason is it's because we had 21 years old in 2001.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we know that if we go before to the United States, able to go to the club. So as soon as we got 21 years old, so it was in 2001, summer 2001, we went to the United States. Okay. At that time, we had to save money for
Yeah.
many months because it was a different time. A plane ticket was so much expensive.
Yeah.
Getting information and meeting people was so more like a quest, you know.
Yeah. 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 Make
Um,
sure you get the right hotel. Make sure you know what club to go to and everything like that. I know what you mean.
exactly. So you cannot find many information on the internet.
Hmm.
I mean, 2001 internet was there already, but it was
Not the same. I know. I know. Not the same.
yeah. So as soon as we had like 21 years old, he said, okay, we will be able to go to the club because the only purpose when you go to New York is uh, understanding the culture, which means go to the club and meet the elders. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. What club did you go to?
that's the end. What you are doing to be able to see the common point and the difference between what we were living in Paris and
Yeah. What club did you go to?
the shelter.
The original
Uh,
shelter, the one that you went to the original shelter, or did you go to the
I'm not sure it was the original one. I'm not sure now it's kind of because it was in
but it was under the
2001.
title shelter.
Yes, exactly. Because it was in to want to say bullshit.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I
Yeah, yeah, that's
but
right.
you know,
Yeah.
so for me it was shelter, you know.
Yeah, well,
For
it's still
me,
shelter. Even today, it's still shelter. It's just not the same because of the location. But the resident DJ stuff like that, we're supposed to
yes.
carry on the feel of the shelter. Um, the shelter is one of my first New York hangouts that I really really loved and really really was a Zanzibar. It was in New Jersey. I'm from Jersey too, so Jersey was the Zanzibar, but Shelter is my first New York club that I actually really really got turned out and said this is it. So for me that was I'm born in that generation of house dancers,
Yes.
shelter house dancers, and from a New Jersey background
Yes,
coming from Zanzibar.
this is the club we went. We went also to the oh, I don't know, I don't remember. It was a small bar, the Air Avenue. No,
Nails. Nails.
I don't remember after my friend or to Sha because this is where we met Sha the first time.
Yeah, it might have been Nails, man, because Nails is a small location. It's like a up the when you first walk in the door is like a one room, then you have to go downstairs, and it's like a small room. So that might have
Yeah.
been Nails. It's possible.
So many clubs and yes, oh man, it was a so great time, so great, so crazy time when I went
Okay.
to New York the first time. And what else? Yes, the shelter party, all the small, yes, small bars party and stuff. Yes, well, it's crazy.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit about the underground your logo here, the underground dance providers, and what are you doing right now? What does that mean for you? What are you giving out to the culture, and what are you doing for it?
Yes, so Underground Dance Providers, it's a dance company that was created by Gray is a dancer. She's a generation
One
after
more
me.
time, because it went out. Who was it created by?
Jean Gray.
Okay.
So she's a dancer from generation after me. and she's from a small town in the Paris suburb called Vitry, and she was so passionate about hip hop and house that she started this as a small association, and then so she started that. She was really young because she started that already 2003, and then she continued to grow up in the dance. So she learned a lot about the house with. She was introduced to the club by Zoer, and then she learned a lot about the house with Didier and Rabat. This
Mm-hmm.
is how I met her,
Yeah.
and I entered in the association in 2012, and then we from an association with young people that like we teach and we share with, we it became a dance company more like professional, and the underground dance providers, actually what we want to do is to provide that culture, that underground dance culture to
Yeah.
people. Example, when we go on stage, we try to do shows on stage, but with the real clubbing spirit.
Yeah.
And inside the underground dance provider, there's many projects. For example, there's a project that I made called the Blackjack Clubbing Project, with when I have like dancers from the clubbing scene. We have 5 people, people dancing whacking, people dancing house and hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
all like the clubbing culture, and kind of fusioning these styles. So this is one of the projects of underground dance providers. And what we do is that inside this project, as I said, we try to teach young dancers, talented dancers who gonna become professional also. So
Yeah.
this is what.
Okay. Dope. Dope. Um, how can some people reach you, man? Can you give some people your Instagram page? Like, give them some information on how to get in touch with you for, and if you're doing any classes and stuff like that. Anything you want to
Yes,
promote?
yes. My Instagram page is Ricky Soul underscore D underscore C3PO. So this
Yes.
is my Instagram page.
I, I,
Uh,
and I love the name, man. Love the name. I got a partner named, we call him C's C3PO too, but I love the way how you put yours together, man. It's definitely dope, man. Facebook page, you got anything?
yes, it's the same. It's the same. You
Okay,
just
same.
looking for Ricky Soul C3PO and you will find me.
Okay.
Um, yes, about this thing C3PO. It's like it's it, it it's not came only because like I'm a Star Wars fan and because of
Oh shoot.
the part of like my history and the the way I dance. Um, I try to be like short about this, but as when we were discussing, we were saying that we were a lot about freestyling, in the
Hmm.
scene. Okay, know about the culture and freestyling. Know about the basics, trying to know better about culture, but trying to express ourselves, you know. And also when you freestyling, you fusioning things, you
Yeah.
fusioning what you try to do with your history, with all other stuff that you do. So this is why you said that you can feel that when I dance house, you can feel hip hop, you can feel funk style, you know.
Yeah, man. I see a lot, man. Nice,
So
man.
is
Nice
that
and controlled, but free.
yeah. And the other reason is also so the first part is the freestyle reason. The other reason is my mentor Carl, Carl Kenwong, who is one of the best uh, funk styler that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So good in popping, animation, boogaloo, so good in locking,
Mm-hmm.
hip. He had that loved house also, and he wanted also to put some of his inspiration inside the house as a funk styler, you know.
Right.
So also I was inspired by him, and by that also practicing with him that much. I was also inspiring by the fact that when I discover like the house music,
Yeah.
I, I felt so different thing inside the music, you know. At the same time, I felt uh, my roots, you know, Afro-descendant roots, and I felt the machine, you know,
Yeah.
the future. This is why this music is magic for me. You feel the nature and you feel the machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know how to express that in the better way in English. You know, but you know,
Yeah.
um, and that was I was like, okay, I want in my dance to be able to express all those things, you know, and I start dancing. I did not have that much control about what I can do with my arm, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So I start to find like precise movement and way to use my arm, even though I did not see that much people using their arm when they used to dance house at that time, when I was watching people, especially in Paris. And also, as I said, the inspiration about sci-fi and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
kind of built that the way I
Yeah, bringing it,
dance.
yeah, bringing it all together to one and then forming a style, and that's what makes originality right there. And that's a jewel for even a lot of young dancers. You got to be inspired. You got to have an inspiration, motivation, and then maybe something that you really like, a hobby that you like, or if you like sci-fi, if you like kung fu flicks, if you like this and that, and put that together and wrap it all in one, and then you can develop your own style, man. And that's what's important, and that's also something that we all make sure we know the
I have to say
foundation.
something very important.
Mhm.
I have to say something very important. Uh, what you call to be unique is actually to be yourself, actually, you know.
Yeah,
I think that if you try too much to be different, somehow you won't be in the good path. Different, because this is in the spirit of the dance that we do, freestyle, express yourself from the heart. Uh, but as I said, maybe you will succeed more to be unique if you try to be yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's slightly different. If you like, I want to be unique, I want to be unique, maybe you won't have the same result. If you said you maybe you have more chance to be unique.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is my point
Understand
of view.
100%. I understand.
And the second thing I want to say is nobody is 100% confident. And if I did not have some people around me, whatever my first crew, Septième Sens, Clara, Erwan, Marion, Sandrine, uh, all my brothers, Carl, uh, so many people. If I did not have those guys, those brothers and sisters who watch me and said, "Hey, that's good what you are doing," continue on this path, maybe I would have not be that much confident, you know,
Yeah.
because you nobody, or I mean almost nobody is good right. When you start, you're a beginner. When you start, sometimes you whack, you're bad at what you do, you know. So I was more confident because, and thanks to all the people who said, "Oh, I like what you do. Continue. I trust in what you do." This is really important because, of course, when you are not that good, maybe people when they watch you, that some people who doesn't know you, they maybe don't really understand what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah. When you go, if you go too far left, then you're not nowhere near where you should be. If you go too
yes,
far right, you're not where you need to be.
and
So you
yes,
kind of
and
need to
also
have a balance.
yes,
Yeah,
and also because you are not like at the first time you do not express yourself as good as you want because you need to evolve, you need to understand, you need to understand the dance, the culture that you embrace, and you need to understand it's a big thing, you know. So so of course, people when they used to watch me dancing, some people they really did not like it, you know. They did not understand what I wanted to do.
yeah.
And it can be for two reasons. The first reason is maybe they don't really understand the house culture, you know. And the second reason is because of I was enough in this. But I have those people around me who understand my goals, understand the culture, understand what I want to do, and they said, continue, you have to continue in your way, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Hey, okay, we're gonna wrap this up real quick, but I want you to give shout outs to anybody who you want to give a hello to real quick.
So I want to give a shout out to Nicky Lars, my big brother, my twin brother, sorry, who's is my picture is the same. And I want to give the first shout out to him, to Nicky Lars, because he's the guy who brought me into the hip hop culture. Even
Mm-hmm.
though he's my twin, even though we have the same age, he's the guy who was already known about this, who was really curious about the music and stuff, and was really brought me into this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so shout out to him, to my family, of course. Shout out Septième Sens, O-Trip, Soul Searchers, my mentors crew, Carl. Uh, Shout out to underground dance providers and shout out to all the dancers in the Paris dance community, house dance, um, and shout out to everybody. I mean, I mean,
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. Well, thank you, man. Thank you, Ricky Soul, C3PO. Thank you for taking this time to sit down and talk to me, man. Definitely very important. Yeah, that we continue conversations with everyone we can and to build this house thing and to build the dance culture, not just house, but hip hop and house, and build it and just make it strong, man, and connect with everybody we can connect to. And yeah, keep moving forward, man. So thank you very much for sitting down and talking with me, man.
thanks a lot for the invitation. I hope I will have the time to speak with you more about
Yeah,
your
man.
history. Because I spoke a lot, like, obviously, today
It's
about my
okay,
history.
man.
You said that you come from New Jersey.
Yeah, originally I'm from Jersey, man.
So, yeah, so yes, I really want to talk with you because I
Yeah.
know New Jersey is, for me, New Jersey is so important for me.
Yeah, yeah. We definitely are. We and that's why I'm here doing these platforms, man.
For me, New Jersey is a magical place.
Thank you, man.
Because,
Definitely
for
is.
many reasons, because I don't know New Jersey as much as I know New York, but because I know about all the crazy music producer from New Jersey, Blaze, and many people, because I know the all the people that are from New Jersey, and when I watch them dancing, they have a special touch
Yeah,
that
we
I really
different,
love.
man, but we love it, man. We love the culture, and we help move it forward, and we help keep it. We help put that soul in it, man. So
Yes, so,
yeah,
so that really I have to say this about New Jersey. I really have to say what I've just said. It's New Jersey. It's special. It's special.
thank you, man.
So
Yo, we're gonna talk again, man. Peace, yo. You have
yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
day, man. Peace.
So peace out, man. Okay.